The first English story I ever read was about a rabbit and a turtle. Sounds simple, right? But that one little story changed everything for me. I couldn't believe it. I actually understood it. From there, I found myself exploring new stories, singing catchy songs, and even watching cartoons to improve my English. Each step felt like unlocking a new superpower. And the best part? It was so much fun. If you're looking for a way to make learning English exciting and unforgettable, you're in the right place. Let me show you how I did it, and how you can too. Let's make learning English an adventure. My journey to learning English. The first book I read. I still remember the first English book I ever picked up. It was a children's story about a race between a rabbit and a turtle. The rabbit was fast, and the turtle was slow, but the turtle won because it never gave up. The simple sentences and vivid illustrations made it easy to follow, and for the first time, I felt a sense of accomplishment in reading English. That one book opened up a world of possibilities. Soon, I started reading other children's books. There were stories about animals, adventures, and children playing at the beach. One of my favorites was about a girl who went to the beach with her family. She built sand castles, collected seashells, and enjoyed her day in the sun. Sentences like, "She finds a pretty shell," were simple, yet powerful for a beginner like me. These books helped me learn new words while gaining confidence in my reading skills. At first, I read slowly, sounding out every word. It was challenging, but with practice, I started recognizing words faster. Before I knew it, I could read entire sentences without stopping. It felt incredible to see my progress over time. My favorite stories. One of my favorite books was about a boy named Jack, who lived on a farm in Australia. He had a pet sheep named Daisy, and the story was about how he took care of her, feeding her, playing with her, and protecting her from wolves. I was so fascinated by the story that I read it multiple times. Through this book, I learned words like barn, pasture, and shepherd, which expanded my vocabulary and sparked my interest in farm life and Australian culture. Joining a reading club. To make reading even more enjoyable, I joined a reading club for English learners. We met once a week to read books together. Each week we chose a new book, and during our meetings we took turns reading aloud. This helped me practice pronunciation and fluency. After reading, we discussed the stories. I remember one discussion about a book featuring a boy named Carlos from Argentina. Carlos dreamed of learning to play the guitar and practiced every day until he became really good. Our group had a lively conversation about this story because many of us had dreams of learning something new, just like Carlos. These meetings not only made reading fun, but also gave me the confidence to speak in English and express my thoughts. The role of music in my learning. Listening to songs. Songs played a huge role in improving my English. I started with simple nursery rhymes like Baba Black Sheep and Old MacDonald Had a Farm. Singing along helped me improve my pronunciation and remember new words. As I grew more confident, I moved on to pop songs. I still remember the first pop song I mastered, Shake It Off by Taylor Swift. The catchy tune and repetitive lyrics made it easy to follow along. I would play the song on repeat and sing until I memorized the words. I also explored music from different parts of the world. One of my favorite discoveries was a Canadian song called Summer Nights. It was about friends enjoying warm evenings, and it taught me words like campfire, sunset, and canoe. Listening to songs from different countries helped me understand various accents and expand my vocabulary. Karaoke nights. Karaoke became one of my favorite ways to practice English. I found karaoke videos on YouTube and sang along to my favorite songs with the lyrics displayed on the screen. Sometimes I would invite friends over for karaoke nights. We didn't worry about making mistakes, we just had fun. One memorable night, we sang Perfect by Ed Sheeran. The lyrics were fast and challenging, but it was a great way to practice fluency. Karaoke helped me build confidence in speaking English while enjoying music. Watching cartoons and TV shows. Cartoons were another fantastic way to improve my English. They used simple language, and the characters spoke clearly. My first favorite was Bluey, an Australian show about a little blue dog and her adventures with her family. The episodes were short, fun, and easy to understand. Another show I loved was Dora the Explorer. Dora spoke both English and Spanish, and she often asked the audience for help. For example, she'd say, "Can you find the map?" I felt like I was part of her adventures, which made learning interactive and enjoyable. As my listening skills improved, I started watching more complex shows like Sesame Street. Each episode introduced new words and themes such as numbers, colors, or emotions. The catchy songs and funny characters made learning feel effortless. Turning on English subtitles while watching helped me connect spoken words to their written forms, and rewatching episodes increased my understanding over time. Exploring podcasts and audiobooks. As I became more comfortable with spoken English, I began listening to podcasts and audiobooks. Podcasts were great because I could listen while doing other activities like cleaning or walking. One podcast I enjoyed was hosted by a British speaker who discussed everyday topics like cooking and traveling. This helped me get used to the British accent and learn practical vocabulary. Audiobooks became a favorite too. I remember one story about Mia, a young girl from Italy who moved to New York. The audiobook narrated her journey of adapting to life in America, and listening to it improved my comprehension while keeping me entertained. Everyday practice. I realized that learning English wasn't just about books, songs, or shows. It was about using the language in my daily life. When I went to the grocery store, I would read labels and signs in English. If I didn't understand something, I looked it up. When I went out with friends, I practiced speaking English during casual conversations, saying things like, "What do you want to eat?" or "How was your day?" These small interactions helped me build confidence in real-life situations. Overcoming challenges. In the beginning, I was shy about speaking English because I was afraid of making mistakes. But I learned that mistakes are a natural part of the learning process. My friends and family were very supportive and encouraged me to keep practicing. I also set small, achievable goals for myself. For example, my first goal was to introduce myself in English. Once I achieved that, I aimed to have a short conversation with a friend. These small successes motivated me and built my confidence over time. Conclusion. Learning English has been an exciting journey filled with stories, songs, and adventures. Whether it was reading children's books, singing along to songs, watching cartoons, or listening to podcasts, each activity helped me improve my skills in a fun and engaging way. The key is to practice regularly and enjoy the process. Mistakes are just stepping stones to success, and with time and effort, I've become more confident in my ability to read, listen, and speak English. Thank you for joining me on this journey to improve your English. If you enjoyed this story and found it helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to Learn English Through Story for more tips, fun stories, and learning techniques. Make sure to turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. Let's keep learning together. See you in the next video.